Hello, good evening. So this time we are going to discuss the second type of transformation, which is the reflection. So kapag sinabi nating reflection, it is also known as a flip. So ibig sabihin, given the figure or an object, we are just flipping the position of the given object. Okay, so in a reflection, the mirror image of a given figure is created across or opposite of a line called the line of reflection. So ibig sabihin, when the given object and the reflected object are separated in a line, which is yung line of reflection. Like for example, on this figure. So yung line na to represents the line of reflection. This can be the original image or this original image, then the reflected image is this one. So, in a reflection, the same with the translation, each point on the figure and each corresponding point on the mirror image are of equal distance from the reflection line. So, ibig sabihin, if we have here the point A, our reflected point A prime have the same length, okay, yung sukat nito are equal to this one. Let's see, this is, ang distance niya is 3 units. So, yung layo din ng A prime to the reflection line is also 3 units. Okay? Let's say this is B prime, or B, sorry. And this is the B prime. So, yung distance nito, mula sa point B hanggang line of reflection, let's say this is 10 units. So, ganun din, mula sa line of reflection hanggang sa B prime is also 10 units. They have equal distance from the reflection line. So, the reflected image should have the same shape or same size. So, it is one of the characteristic that is the same for the translation. But, the image faces in the opposite direction. So, ibig sabihin, parang they face each other. Di ba? Kapag nanalamin ka, parang ganun. So, in reflection, translation may also occur because of the changes in the position. So, yung translation, pwede rin mangyari on the reflection. On this type of transformation, the original image is called the pre-image and the reflected image is called the image. So, yung pre-image, ito yung original. Yung image naman, this is the reflected image or like reflected figure. Okay. So, we are also using a prime symbol to represent the reflected point or reflected figure. So, let's say this is point A, point B, and point C. So, to indicate the reflected point, we are using a prime symbol. Ayan. So, now, let's discuss the different case that may encounter on the reflection. Diba, dun sa may translation, we only have 4 cases So, or 2. It can be a horizontally movement or kaya vertical. So, pwedeng left ang movement, pwedeng right ang movement, pwedeng up, pwedeng down. Doon sa translation. Pero paano naman kapag sa reflection? So, the first case that we can encounter on the reflection is the reflection over the x-axis. So, sabi dito, when a point is reflected across the x-axis, ang rule natin, the x-coordinates remain the same. So, ibig sabihin, yung abscissa natin, yung value ng x, ikakopy lang natin, ikikip lang natin. But, the y-coordinates are transformed into their opposite sign. Now, the opposite sign can either be from positive will turn to negative or kaya from negative will turn to positive. So, yan lang yung pwedeng mangyari doon. So, generally, our rule, when the given point x, y, and it will be transformed or will be reflected over the x-axis, this will become copy x then change the sign of y. So that will become negative y. So, yung line of reflection nito is nasa x-axis. So, yung x-axis natin dito, ito yun. Ito yung line of reflection. Now, like for example, the given point A, negative 2, 1. So, to show the reflection point, copy yung x, negative 2, then change the sign of y. So, that will become negative 1. Nasundan? Okay, point B, 1, 4. Copy yung x, that is 1. Ito yun. Then, change the sign of y. From 4, it will become negative 4. Then, point C, ano ba ito? Should be point C. 3, 2. So, our C prime, copy yung x, so that is 3. Then, change the sign of y, that is negative 2. So, that is the first case when the reflection is over the x-axis. So, sana malinaw yung first rule and first case. Let's discuss the second rule or second case when the reflection over the y-axis. So, ibig sabihin, nasa vertical line natin yung line of reflection. Ito yung nire-represent niya, yung line of reflection. So, y-axis naman daw. So, when a point is reflected across the y-axis, the y-coordinates remain the same. So, ibig sabihin daw, when you have a given point x, y, to transform this one, our y will just remain or copy lang. But the x-coordinates is transformed into its opposite sign. So, from positive x, this will become negative x. So, this is an opposite of the first case of the reflection. So, that is our second rule. For example, our point A is 1, 3. So, to transform this one, that will become copy y. So, yung 3 will be remain. Then, change the sign of your x. So, from positive 1, this will become negative 1. Okay? Next, point B, 5, 2. So, copy mo yung y. That is 2. Change the sign of change the sign of x from positive 5, this will become negative 5. Another point C, 4, negative 1. So, from negative 1, copy lang natin yan, that is our y. Then, our x will be transformed into opposite sign, so this will become negative 4. Yan. So, malinaw ba on this second rule? Let's discuss the next rule. The reflection over y is equal to x. So, when y is equal to x, the line of reflection goes diagonal like this one. Paano ba ito? From rising ang kanyang line of reflection. So, when a point is reflected across the line y is equal to x, our rule, the x-coordinates and y-coordinates change their place. So, if we have a given point x, y, so, mag-change lang daw ng position c, x, and y. So, y will be our first coordinate, then x will be the second coordinate. Oops. For example, if the given point is 2, 3. So, change the position. So, this will become 3, 2. Okay? Now, kapag negative naman, sabi dyan, when a point is reflected across the line y is equal to negative x, ibig sabihin ganito. Now, yung line of reflection ng y is equal to negative x, opposite naman, falling naman siya. Or ganito yung kanyang line of reflection. Itong red na to. Yan. Sabi dyan, change their place, change their position. So, the given point x, y, when we transform this one, this will become y, x, then negate or change their sign. So, this will become negative y and negative x. Now, bakit naging ganito yung kanyang line of reflection? So, we're going to make a table of values. X then y. Then, if y is equal to x, ito yung ano natin, equation, or ito yung line of reflection. So, let's assume that the value of x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, our y is, palitan mo yung x dito, y is equal to 1. When x is 2, palitan mo yung x dito ng 2, y is 2, y is 3, y is 4, y is 5. Diba? Then, if we are going to plot this point, 1, 1, ito yon. 2, 2, ito. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Then, as you can see, ganyan yung, ipagko-connect natin yung mga points, we're going to make this diagonal line. Okay? And kapag y is equal to negative x naman, when we make a table of values, yan. So, let's say our x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, our y will become, so palitan yung x dito ng 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And, look at this. So, if we're going to plot those point, 1, negative 1, ito yon. Then, mali. 1, negative 1, hindi ito 1. 1, negative 1, ito yun. 2, negative 2 is this one. 3, negative 3. 4, negative 4. Then 5, negative 5. And if we're going to make a line or connect these points, we're going to make this diagonal line. Okay? So, kaya ganun yung itsura ng line of reflection. So, ibig sabihin, on this rule, meron tayong dalawang rule or dalawang case na pwedeng ma-encounter. Pwedeng y is equal to x or y is equal to negative x. So, ano example ng rule na to? If y is equal to x, so let's say our point A is negative 4, negative 2. So, we're just changing or switching the position of x and y. So, this will become negative 2, ito na yung y natin, and negative 4, which is our x. Our point B is negative 2, 0. So, change their place. That will become 0, negative 2. We have point C, negative 5, 1. Change their position. That will become 1, negative 5. Okay? Next, when the reflection is on a point, so our reflection point occurs when a figure is constructed around a single point, known as the point of reflection, or center of the figure. For every point in the figure, another point is found directly opposite to it on the other side. And under the point of reflection, the figure doesn't change its size and shape. Usually, ang common lang naman na kapag merong reflection on a point is the reflection at the origin, which is the 0, 0. In the coordinate, that is very commonly used point as the point of reflection. Now, ano yung rule natin kapag ang reflection is at the origin? Sabi dito, the image of a point x, y will become negative x, negative y. So, our rule is basically, if the given point x, y, that will simply change their sign. So, the given point will become negative x, negative y. For example, 1, 4. Ano yung magiging reflected point nito? So, that is negative 1, negative 4. So, this is the given point and this is the reflected point. Naging negative lang pareho yung x and y. Next, 1, 1. So, that will become negative 1, negative 1. Next, 5, 1. So, that will become negative 5, negative 1. So, basically, ito yung 5 rule that we have discussed. Yan. So, to summarize, when the given reflection is about the x-axis, ito yung line of reflection. Yan. X-axis, y-axis. So, kapag x-axis, the given point will become x, negative y. Or change the sign of y, then copy x. Kapag y-axis naman, change the sign of x, then copy y. Kapag y is equal to x, just switch their position. Kapag y is equal to negative x, change their position, then change their sign. Kapag at the origin naman, just change the sign of the coordinates x and y. Now, paano kapag merong constant na given? X is equal to h. Let's say x is equal to 5. Y is equal to 7. What we are going to do on the given point is to use this formula. 2h minus x comma y, and x kapag y naman 2k minus y, or multiply to the given constant, then isubtract yung given y. So let's have an example on this part. Okay, the 6th rule and the 7th rule. Okay, ito muna. Reflect point A, negative 4, 3 across the y-axis. So, y-axis, so what we're going to do, sabi natin kanina, if you have a given point x, y, kapag tinransform into y-axis, or along the y-axis, the given point will become, diba, copy yung x, change the sign of your y. Tama ba? So, that will become, tama ba? X-axis, y-axis. No. Change the sign of your x, then copy y. Change the sign of your x, then copy y. So, this is your x, this is your y. So, our A prime is 4, 3. Yan. So, that is the reflected point. Ito yung sinasabi ko, when you have a given constant, x is equal to 2. So, yung given point natin, point B, 7, negative 3. Kapag tin-transform natin to or ni-reflect natin to, anong tawag dito? We're going to use this formula, 2h minus x, y. Bakit sa x ka nag-apply ng formula? Kasi yung given na constant is nasa x. So, basically, this is b prime is 2 times the constant 2 minus your x, that is 7, y, negative 3. So, our b prime is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Negative 3. So, ito yung reflected point niya. Negative 3, negative 3. Okay? Next, reflect point C, 1, negative 5 across the line x is equal to negative 3. So, ganun pa din. 1, negative 5. Then, since may given na constant sa x, so, the C prime is 2. Multiply yung constant by 2. So, 2 times negative 3. Then, subtract mo yung x, 1, minus 1, negative 5, or just copy y. So, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 minus 1. So, negative 6 minus 1, KCC, that is negative 7. So, negative 7, negative 5 ang kanyang reflected point. Next, reflect point D, 2, negative 3 across the x-axis. So, the given point D, kapag x-axis naman, you copy your x, then change the sign of your y. So, D prime is 2, 3. Kasi from negative 3, that will become positive 3. Next, reflect point E, negative 4 minus 7 across the line y is equal to negative 3. So, this time, yung gagamitin nating formula is copy yung x, then apply the 2k minus y. Yung k, that is the constant, since it's indicated here that the reflection line is at the constant of y is equal to negative 3. So, our E prime is negative 4, 2 times the constant negative 3 minus y negative 7. So, that is E prime is negative 4, 2 times negative 3, negative 6. And negative 6 minus negative 7 is just simply 1. Okay, KCC yon. So, the reflected point is, walang answer key. It's negative 4, 1. Another one, point F, negative 3, 6. So, the translated point is negative 3, kinapi yung x, then multiply the constant by 2, so 2 times 2, then isubtract yung given na y, 6. So f prime is negative 3, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Yan. Okay? So, you may try this example. Ay, paano nga pala natin ginagraph kapag merong indicated na constant? For example, itong negative 4, negative 7, across the line y is equal to negative 3. Wala akong Cartesian plane. So, let's say we have here the Cartesian plane, x and y. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, y is negative 3. So, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Yan. Yung line of reflection niya, kapag y, you're going to draw anong tawag dito? Vertical line. Kunwari, y is negative, horizontal line. Y is negative 3, andito pala yan. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Again, kapag y, you have to draw the horizontal line mula doon sa given na constant. So, negative 3. So, ibig sabihin, yung reflection line niya is nandito kay negative 3. Yan. For example, negative 4, negative 7 yung given na point E. So, let's assume na nandito yun. Then, yung nakuha nating point, na reflected point is negative 4, 1. So, which is located here. So kumbaga, yung cross the line y is equal to negative 3, yun yung nagsaseparate ng dalawang points, yung given points and the reflected point. Now, kapag x naman, yung given, you're going to draw vertical line. Okay? So, for example, yung kanina, so na yun. Across the line y, x is equal to negative 3. X is negative 3, diba ito yun? So, you're going to draw a vertical line. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan. Wala namang bilang yun. Nagbilang lang ko. Just draw a broken line or a vertical line on that given point, negative 3. So, if we're going to plot, so yung given na point, C is 1, negative 5. Then yung reflected point niya is negative 7, negative 5. So, 1, negative 5. So, ito yun. Let's assume na nandito siya. Then, yung C prime is negative 7, negative 5. So, nandito siya. So, kumbaga, itong C prime tsaka C, merong separated line, which is the line of reflection of x is equal to negative 3. Okay, paano naman kapag sa mga figure? So, for example, point B is 2, 5, point A is 1, 2, C is 8, 4. Sabi dito, across a given line, x is equal to negative 1. So, ibig sabihin, since andito si negative 1, you're going to draw a broken line here to indicate that this is the line of reflection. Nag-draw tayo ng vertical line. Then, saka nyo kunin yung point A, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So, let us solve. So, given point A, 1, 2. So, yung magiging rule natin dito, i-apply natin yung 6th rule. So, when the given point x, y will be reflected on the given constant of x is equal to negative 1. So, yung constant natin is negative 1. So, 2h minus x, y. So, ito yung rule na i-apply natin. So, that is 2 times the constant, negative 1, minus your x, 1, then copy y. So, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Tama ba? Negative 2 minus 1. Ayan, negative 3, comma 2. Next, si point B naman, or reflected point B, so that is ito. 2 times the constant, negative 1, minus your x, 2, copy y, 5. So, our B prime is 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, minus 2 is negative 4, comma 5. Okay, next point C is 8, comma 4. So, just simply 2 times negative 1, yung constant, minus 8. So, that is negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. So, that is negative 10, comma, your y, 4. So, if we're going to plot this on our Cartesian plane, okay, plot muna natin lahat. So, 2, 5, yan, dito yan. Then, 1, 2, then 8, 4. Ito yung given na figure natin. Then, yung reflected points naman niya, is located at point A, negative 3, negative 3, 2. So, ito yun. Then, negative 4, 5. So, dito yan. Then, negative 10, 4. Negative 10, 4. Ito. Then, draw a line connecting these points. Yan. Oops. So, as you can see, this is the mga tawag natin dito, the pre-image, and this is the image on the left side. Now, ang nagsiseparate sa kanila is yung line of reflection na negative 1. Yan. Okay, so malinaw ba? Oops. Okay, malinaw ba ang line of, ang lesson about reflection? Okay. So, you may try this one. So, y is equal to 2, ang kanyang line of reflection. Ibig sabihin, magdodraw ka ng horizontal line on the y is equal to 2. So, di ba nandito si positive 2. So, dito ka mag-draw ng line. Yan. Next. Cross the line y is equal to x. So, kapag y is equal to x, rising ang ating diagonal doon, di ba? So, ang reflection niya, line of reflection niya is this one. Okay. And kapag y is equal to x, ano lang ginagawa natin? Switching the position of x and y, di ba? So, madali lang mag-solve nito. So, a prime is change the position. Negative 5, negative 3. Si b naman, b prime, is negative 1, 1. Si c prime naman is negative 7, 4. So, ito yun. Okay? So, C, B, A, or A prime, B prime, C prime. Tama ba? Okay. Okay. So, I hope malinaw ang ating discussion about reflection.